Good morning, students. How are you all? Welcome back after a short break, you can say, after PT1 examination and small festival celebrations and all. It's a time to concentrate once again on our studies. So, those who are not serious earlier, please try to be serious. So, let's concentrate on our topic. That is, today I am going to take up chapter number 5 from history, When the People Rebel 1857 and After, wherein I am going to concentrate on part 1 today. So, I have not taught you chapter number 4 from history, that is, Tribals, Decus and the Vision of a Golden Age. So, this chapter, if the time permits, I will definitely explain in one of the lectures in this month, or else we'll see in the coming days definitely. But for me, this chapter number 5 is more important. In chapter number 4, what they have explained is how the tribal people, they rebelled against the British rule, or what are the various forest policies that force the tribal people to leave their forest area or enjoying their traditional rights, and because of that even the tribal people were not happy with the British rule. So in this chapter we are going to study that when the people rebel in 1857, actually if we see, the British came to India at around 1600 AD and they tried to rule India or us. They tried to rule on Indians till 1947, till we get our independence. And by the time 1857, the people, various sections of the people, whether it is the kings, right from the kings or queens or the traders or the craft persons or the tribals or the peasants or the sepoys, everybody, they felt that they were, or I can say, being, you can say their rights were taken away by the British rule, and that is why they tried to rebel, so rebel against the British rule. So let's see how the different sections of the people, they rebelled against the British rule. First of all, let's concentrate on policies and the people. See, this is the heading, whatever you are seeing, that is all given in your textbook. Okay, if you open your textbook, you will find, and wherein I am taking only the important points. When you go through the textbook, you may find about so many things, but I am taking only the main points from that. Each and every heading from that I am taking only the important points. Okay, under the policies and the people, let's see. The policies enforced by the East India Company had different effects on different people of the society. In a society, various sections of the society, in people belong to various sections. You can say the peasants, one section, one community, one craft person, one another exclusively the soldiers, another maybe belonging to the high caste or noble class like kings, queens or the Brahmins, like that. So the policies enforced by East India Company, it had different effect. परिणाम उसको हर एक सेक्शन के ऊपर रहा, and it was differently. Then kings, queens, peasants, tribals and soldiers all were affected in different ways by the policies made by the British. As I told you, kings, they also suffered, kings and queens, either the kings or the queens or the peasants. How the peasants, we have seen in our last chapter that through various land revenue policies, either Mahalwari settlement or permanent settlement or Raitwari settlements, their traditional rights were being snatched away by the British, or the British even forced the Indians to grow only indigo, and Indian people were not ready because they know that the indigo crop that ruins the fertility of the soil. and that is why they were resented against the British. They don't want to grow. Still, the British people, they forced them to grow. So that peasant community, they were resented. They were against the British rule. Then kings, how the kings? Through subsidiary alliance and the doctrine of lapse. If you don't have a male successor, your ancestral property will lapse to the British. Or the subsidiary alliance, what it says? The subsidiary alliance, it's an agreement between the Indian king as well as the British. Accordingly, what is the agreement? That the Indian kingdom, his area or his kingdom would be protected by the British if there is any internal or external attack by a foreigner. For that, what the Indian ruler has to do? He has to keep a tukda, or you can say a portion of the British army with them. The entire expenditure of the particular army would be of the Indian ruler who is signing that subsidiary alliance. And slowly, in the name of subsidiary alliance also, the British tried to snatch the Indian territory. So that is the kings, they suffered. And the soldiers we are going to see here how they suffered. See that we are going to see how the soldiers suffered because of the British rule and the policies made by the British. And people resisted these policies and actions in various ways. Resisted means protested, and these policies and actions of the British government in various ways. So, अलग-अलग तरीका अलग-अलग था. Okay. जैसे कि एग्रीकल्चरिस्ट वाला अलग था, सिपाही वाला का अलग था, वैसे किंग्स वाले का अलग था, बट था तो रेसिस्टेंसी था. नाउ द नवाब्स लूज देयर पावर. Ultimately, initially, who were there? The Nawabs were there. We have already studied this in chapter number, or I can say in 10 or 11 last year, isn't it? In class 7. The Nawabs, Alivardi Khan, Murshid Quli Khan, isn't it? So, the Nawabs saw their power eroded. What is the meaning of erosion? Erosion geography में आता है. The water that erodes, the now I can say the fertile soil को erode करके ले जाता है. So the Nawab saw their power eroded and losing their freedom, authority and honor slowly because of the British empowerment. The Nawabs, they saw that their power is being eroded, their freedom is being eroded, their authority is being eroded and their honor is being eroded. Nawab मतलब ब्रिटिश के लिए कोई मान्यता ही नहीं रखते. It's of no relevance for them. Residents were placed in courts. Residents means that the British officials, they are from the Britain. They were placed in courts, Indian court में, to give the judgment. And the subsidiary alliance was introduced. Subsidiary alliance, as I told you just now, I explained, it's an agreement between the Indian ruler and the Britishes. Army was disbanded. Where the army was disbanded, whomsoever is signing the subsidiary alliance, that particular king, he was not supposed to keep his own army, wherein he has to take the full expenditure. He has to look after the British army. So अगर खुद का आर्मी रहेगा तो क्या करेगा? हो सकता है कल तुम्हें ब्रिटिश के साथ अच्छा नहीं लगेगा और ब्रिटिश के साथ ही अगर तुम खिलाफ युद्ध करेगा तो तुम्हारा होना नहीं चाहिए यहाँ आर्मी. ओके, ब्रिटिश का अकेले का रहेगा. Then revenues and territories were taken away in stages. See revenues. Earlier, if we see Bengal, that the collection of Diwani or Diwani rights were in the hands of the people, were in the hands of the zamindars. Slowly, the British, they took this, isn't it, from the British Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar से उन्होंने दीवान rights ले लिया और they started collecting the revenue. So this is collection of revenue, that is Diwani rights पहले छीन लिया. Then slowly the territories were taken away in stages, step by step. Stages में एक साथ नहीं, step by step. Ruling families tried to negotiate to protect their interest. What is the meaning of ruling family? So once they were ruling, it may be the Peshwas in Maharashtra, it may be the Nawabs in Bengal or in other northern part of India, or it may be the kings and queens in some of the provinces. So they tried to negotiate. Negotiate means to come to an agreement to protect their interest. So because they recognize themselves as a royal family. Now the British, they were not going to give any importance to that. At least they wanted to continue that कि थोड़ा नेगोशिएट करके अपना जो रॉयल फैमिली का रॉयलनेस बचाना चाहते थे. Rani Lakshmibai wanted the East India Company to recognize her adopted son as the heir to the throne. Heir means the successor. Rani Lakshmibai, she wanted her adopted son to be the heir, means successor to the throne, Jhansi. Okay, now continuation. Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib. Who is this Nana Sahib? He was the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II, and he pleaded that he be given his father's pension when he died. So उनको ऐसा कहा कि अपना फादर का जो पेंशन, बिकॉज इसका जो पेशवा जो है उसका जो टेरिटरी इज बीइंग टेकन अवे बाय द ब्रिटिश. नाउ ही एटलीस्ट प्लीडेड कि एटलीस्ट लेट मी हैव दैट पेंशन व्हेन माय फादर डाइज. Awadh was one of the last territories to be annexed by the British in 1856. Why Awadh was one of the last territory? The reason is that during the Battle of Plassey with Sirajuddaula or the Battle of Buxar, this Awadh played a very important role. The Nawab of Awadh, he gave his Ali Vardi Khan, he gave his full support to this British. And that is why the British, they were in good touch with Awadh. लेकिन लास्ट में उन्होंने अवध को भी क्या कर लिया, उन्होंने छीन लिया था. मतलब they annexed it to the British in the year 1856 under the policy of subsidiary alliance. The company even planned to dismantle the Mughal rule. Dismantle मतलब अभी this is actually the word is used. Dismantle हम कहाँ use करते हैं? Machinery. Machinery को हम dismantle करते हैं, उसका structure को हम मतलब पीस करके dismantle करके भी कोई structure कुछ भी है तो fan को है तो पैक में जब आता है तो dismantle होके आता है, फिर उसको हम अच्छे से वापस हम उसको तैयार करते, कड़ा कर देते और ऑर्गेनाइज करते. अब नाउ हियर डिसमेंटल वर्ड इज यूज्ड टू चिकनाचूर करना. सो डिसमेंटल द पीसेस, breaking into pieces what the British rule. Now the name of the Mughal Empire was removed from the coins minted by the company. So earlier you know that the whomsoever, whether कोई भी है, from the beginning when the king was ruling, during their rule they used to mint the coins in their names. Okay, and now the British wanted to give an end to the Mughal rule. So Mughal का कहीं पर भी नाम निशान नहीं होना चाहिए, and that is why they stopped even minting that Mughal emblem or Mughal ruler's name on the coins. even वो भी बंद किया. गवर्नर जनरल लॉर्ड कैनिंग, इसका नाम है, कनिंग नहीं है, कैनिंग, declared that after the death of last Mughal emperor, that is Bahadur Shah Zafar, none of his descendants would be recognized as kings. That is what he said, कि we considered that the last Mughal emperor would be that बहादुर शाह जफ़र ओनली. उसके बाद उसका सन या उसके सन के सन अगर कोई होता है तो देन वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू कंसिडर हिम एज द मुगल एम्परर. फॉर अस लास्ट मुगल एम्परर वुड बी बहादुर शाह जफ़र. Now the peasants and the sepoys, as I told you how the peasants they revolted, they rebelled against the British rule. The peasants had to pay high taxes which they resented. First of all, high tax. Whether in the permanent settlement में भी ऐसे the rent was fixed in the very initial stage only. whether there was flood, whether there is any unexpected situation, drought, at that condition also they were supposed to pay the revenue which was fixed previously, and sometimes they were unable. At that time they were resented. Resented, गुस्सा आ गया उनको. They did not like the rigid and strict methods of tax cultivation. So rigid and strict methods of tax cultivation they don't like. Gradually they failed to pay back money lenders and lost their land they tilled for generation. Actually what happened, as I told you, the land revenue, it was fixed, okay, and sometimes these peasants, they, or the zamindars also, they were not having that much land, or I can say revenue, to give to the company. At that time they used to approach the money lenders. Okay, money lenders, they used to give money or sum to the zamindars or the peasants or the cultivators, but on the other hand they used to keep the original papers of the land belonging to the cultivator. They used to keep with them as a security. Okay, when these peasants or the cultivators, they were unable to pay back the money lender क्या करता था, वो इनका जो ओरिजिनल जो पेपर था, कागज़ था रिलेटेड टू प्रॉपर्टी, वो अपने पास रखता था और इनको यही बोलता था कि बस हो गया, तो अपना लोन चुकता कर, या फिर तुम्हारा लोन चुका के ये तुम्हारा पेपर ले जाओ. And in this way, this many people, they lost their land that they tilled मतलब इतना उसमें, what is a proper meaning of tilled, that is preparing land for cultivation for जनरेशन से करके, परदादा से लेके, दादा से लेके, पापा से लेके, सब करके आते थे. अब मेरे पास जब आएगा तो आई एम नॉट एबल टू दैट मेंटेन, और मेरे पास जब आए तो मेरा वो मेरी ज़मीन क्या है वो ब्रिटिश का हवालात हो गया या मनी लेंडर्स का हवालात हो गया. So that is why these people, they resented against the British. अब सिपाहीज को कैसे गुस्सा आया? Sepoys were unhappy over the pays and allowances. Pay मतलब your salary and allowances मतलब जैसे कि अभी का आपके फादर की अगर if they are doing service, then you will be able to find that they get various allowances like that house rent allowances, or you can say the travel allowances. वो सब उनको allowance या benefit मिलता है, it's a package में आता है. But the sepoys, they used to get lot of allowances उनको मिलता था. जैसे कि अगर एक्स्ट्रा अगर डबल शिफ्ट में काम करते तो उनको ओटी मिलता है, ओवर टाइम मिलता है. इट्स ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एन अलावेंस. एंड ऑल्सो विद द कंडीशन इन विच दे हैड टू लिव एंड वर्क. द सिपॉइज, द कंडीशन, जो कंडीशन में वो वर्क करते थे, लिव करते थे, इट वॉज अनबेरेबल फॉर देम. सो द सिपॉइज वेर नॉट हैप्पी. Now, new rule of serving overseas violated their religious beliefs. Now see this carefully. New rule of serving overseas. Now the British says that now you are a part of the British sepoy. Who? The Indians only. Okay, basically they are the peasants. The peasants were given proper training and they converted it to soldiers. Okay, now the soldiers said that you have to now गो टू द ओवरसीज, 7 समुंदर पार करके ब्रिटेन में जाके या और कई कंट्री. ब्रिटिश का सबके साथ दुश्मन था, तो उनको किसी और के साथ, यूरोपियन कंट्रीज नेशन के साथ उनको फाइट हुआ करता था या युद्ध होता था, तो उनको रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए सोल्जर्स इंडिया से भी जाते थे. And but the sepoys, why they were unhappy? Because according to the traditional rule, उनका अगर ऐसा है, in the Hindu tradition में ऐसा है कि अगर आप 7 समंदर पार करते हो, it's considered as a sin, पाप करते हो. So the sepoys were very unhappy. They were ready to serve within India, but crossing the overseas, or that was against to their religious beliefs, so they were not happy. Now, many sepoys were peasants back home and thus were affected in both the ways. See, afterwards they came from Britain or from the other foreign countries, and afterwards ना सिपाही रहे, ना सोल्जर रहे, ना पीजेंट्स रहे, ना इधर का ना उधर का रहा, उनका कंडीशन हो गया. सो सोल्जर्स भी बहुत गुस्सा हो गए कि ना इधर का रहे ना उधर का रहे, ये सब तुम्हारी वजह से हुआ, ब्रिटिश की वजह से हुआ. सो दैट्स वाई दे वेर अनहैप्पी. नाउ responses to reforms. सी responses to reform मतलब क्या है? सुधारण. ये सुधारण के लिए response means आपका जो response yes or no में, या अच्छा या बुरा में. ओके, सोसाइटी वॉज सॉट टू बी रिफॉर्म एनी हाउ. इग्नोरेंस और क्या अंधविश्वास है, सबसे इंडियन सोसाइटी बहुत ज़्यादा भरा हुआ था. एंड दैट हैज़ टू बी रिफॉर्म. सुधारण तो लाना ही था. लॉज वेर पास्ड टू स्टॉप द प्रैक्टिस like sati and encourage widow remarriage. So sati sahagavan, you might have heard this system, isn't it? Sati, that means if there is, according to the Hindu rule, Hindu system, Hindu tradition, if the husband dies and his wife, she has to jump into the funeral of her husband just because she is a Hindu woman. That is called sati. And that was stopped by the British. It's a good thing or bad thing? Of course it's a good thing, but for the Indians, because they were illiterate, they were ignorant, they considered that it is not a good for them. And they encouraged the widow remarriage. Widows, many people, very Indian ladies, you can say, they used to become widow at the very early age. मे बी द सिपॉइज का अगर वाइफ हो, या फिर किंग का ही वाइफ क्यों ना हो, या फिर कोई भी हो. अगर उस टाइम में ऐसा भी होता था कि एक बूढ़े के साथ और एज वाले के पर्सन, एक लड़की का शादी होता था, एंड बूढ़ा तो एज होके मर गया, ओके, बीमारी के, बिकॉज इन दोज डेज फॉर डिसीजेस देयर वर नो मेडिसिन्स, एंड इफ द डिसीजेस गॉट मीन्स दैट इज डाइड. जैसे कोविड-19 को अब तक कोई मेडिसिन नहीं मिला, तो बट केसेस तो है, तो ऐसा उसको डर था. अगर कोई ऐसा डेथ होता था तो उनके वो पूरे लाइफ टाइम के लिए, दैट गर्ल, शी हैज़ टू रिमेन एज अ, आई कैन से, विडो. एंड ब्रिटिश सेड दैट नो, व्हाई, यू आर स्टिल यंग, यू कैन रीमैरी. दैट वाज अ रिफॉर्म, बट द इंडियन पीपल, दे डिड नॉट एग्री फॉर दैट. व्हाई? सोसाइटी, समाज. English language education was promoted. That's why the British promoted English language. इसका रीज़न कुछ और है. The British wanted to serve. उनको कोई इंडिया में इंडियन लोग चाहिए था ब्रिटिश का काम करने के लिए. उसके लिए वो ब्रिटेन से अगर कुछ पढ़े लिखे को लेकर आते तो वो बहुत सैलरी मांगते. एंड दैट इज़ वाई दे वांटेड टू एजुकेट द इंडियंस, बिकॉज यू नो इंडियंस आर वेरी ब्रिलियंट इन फ्रॉम हियर. एंड इन्हीं को कुछ गाइडेंस और आइडिया मिल जाए तो इनको अच्छे से कम सैलरी में काम करवा सकते हैं. दैट वाज द इंटेंशन बिहाइंड. एनी हाउ, द इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज वाज बीइंग प्रमोटेड. Christian missionaries began to function freely and own land and property. Christian missionaries, of course, they are the foreigners only. The foreigners only, they came to us. India was originally is not a Christian country. Now, conversion to Christianity was made easier through the law in 1850. So people slowly started converting from Hindu religion to Christianity, or from other religion to Christianity. Why? In India, in the Hindu, among the Hindu religion, there were so many castes and subcastes, okay, jati, and they were the lower caste people. They were very much humiliated by the upper or the higher class people. What these people did, they said that you just embrace Christianity, there won't be any caste system. Right? Of course, the people belong to lower caste, they started converting themselves to Christianity. And one more thing, ये conversion अभी भी हो रहे हैं, अभी भी ये चल रहे हैं. Okay, people are slowly converting to Christianity. Forcefully they are converting to Christianity by giving them so many offer देते हैं उनको. Okay, या हम आपको एजुकेशन फ्री में देंगे, हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट देंगे, ऐसा देख के उनको कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं क्रिश्चियनिटी में. इवन टुडे दिस इज हैपनिंग इन इंडिया. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट and converts could also inherit their ancestral property. ओके कन्वर्ट जो भी होता है वो अपना एंसेस्टेरियल प्रॉपर्टी लेके कन्वर्शन आराम से हो सकते थे. This was seen as inheritance in the religion and destroying religion, social customs and traditional way of life. The Indian society को ऐसा लगा this is one of the interference of the British in the religion. Religion में unnecessarily घुस के they are converting the people to Christianity and they are destroying the religion and social customs like sati widow remarriage करके system को society को बिगाड़ रहे हैं and traditional way of life को completely सुधार कर रहे हैं. It's not a good part. ऐसा British को the people, Indian people began to think and ये responses को they are not you can say give much importance. This is all about for today. Thank you for watching me carefully and I suggest you to read the text as well. So children, we don't know how long we are supposed to continue in this way. So keep in touch with the textbook as well. Today only you just go through, after watching the video, please go through the textbook as well and underline the important things which come across during the come across while reading. Okay, and please complete the question answers that I'm going to share today, please, and keep studying and what not. Please study as well as complete your work on time. Thank you.